Right, here we have one of the best headsets. This is a Logitech G930, which was my previous headset, and it's wireless, as you may have noticed. And the other one, you may have noticed this, that's Razer Tiamat 7.1 Elite Gaming Headset. Now, the first impression about this, the thought about this, is that the G930 is a virtual surround, which means it has only 2 or 4 speakers in here. I'm not even sure. I think it has 2. Not sure how well you can see in there. I'm not going to open it up, but it doesn't really have any technical details on how many speakers it has. I think it's 2 or maybe 4 in case you need some higher volumes. And how the surround sound works on this, it's specified as 7.1 as the Razer one, but this is not a true 7.1. The difference is that it mixes the sounds, and that's why it's a virtual surround. So it makes it feel like it's surround, but it's not. And if you're wondering, in the games, yes, I can hear if the sound is behind me, but that's not because the sound is actually coming from a different position, but it's just virtually made, like it echoes on the background, and that automatically makes your brain think the sound is behind you. So if you're using this for the first time, you're probably not going to know where the enemy is, but you'll get used to it, and you just know the sound effects. It's like a different sound, and you know that enemy is behind you. So it's not true positional sound. That's what I should say. It's surround. It gives the surround effect, the echoes and all, but it doesn't have the positional audio, and that's where the Razer comes in. If you look in here, you can see that it has physically 5 speakers on one side. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the 5th one. So obviously it has 10 speakers total. Both sides are the same. Well, it has to be because it's a headset. And well, let's see about the build. Well, if you see the build quality, this is quite simple, this G930. It's very simple, it's quite solid, and these air cup things, they turn like this, so it's very easy to store it in your drawer if you put it like this. So it's compact and it's better. And also these air cup things in here, if you look at the size of that, that's pretty big. I'll just try to put it so you can see them side by side. But if you look at this one, don't really want to pull it too much, but if you compare it to this one, yeah, it's difficult to put them side by side, but this is the best I can do for you. See, this one is a lot smaller, actually, if you look at the size of this. And I first thought that my air is not going in there, but it is. It's very comfortable, and I think this is a little bit better. This is a lot softer, these areas, these cushioned areas. It's a lot softer than on G930. And this gets maybe a little bit uncomfortable after a while. I had this, I was playing for about 8 hours of DayZ, and my right ear was a little bit, hurting from it, but it wasn't much. It was just this uncomfortable feeling. But I haven't had these on for that long. This has a lot stronger grip, like around your head, so it presses down more, but it's also softer. And the looks of it, well, I don't know. It's like, what do you prefer? I think this looks a little bit better and smaller, but the Razer looks cooler. I actually like Razer more. The only thing I don't like about the Razer design is this big chunky bit on the top. I mean, look, that just ruins the headset look. But if you think why you need it, that's what actually pulls down, presses down, and puts the pressure so it stays on your head. Also has nice LEDs in here. It also comes with a covers that is not the see-through, and 2 Razer stickers if you want to put the stickers on top and just put the different cover on it. But yeah, the general look, I like this one more. I don't have the control units right here on the review area because I don't really feel like disconnecting all of that stuff. But G930, it takes up just 1 USB slot, and from there it comes with a charger cable which goes in here, and you can also, it doesn't have to be like completely wireless if you don't want. I mean, the sound is always wireless, but the charger cable, you can just keep it on and just keep on playing. And the microphone comes down from here, and if I turn this headset on, you have to hold it like this for a while. See it turn on. That's where the on switch is. This is the surround switch. This specifies if it's a stereo or a surround. This is stereo, down is surround. The volume is in here, up, down. This is microphone manual mute, and I will demonstrate how it actually works. If the microphone is here, you see the red thing came on, off. This means microphone is muted. Whoops, like this. See, that means microphone is muted. And if I press that button here again, it's unmuted. Also, if you push the microphone up, it should mute somewhere around here. Well, I'm on the way, so, but yeah, if you push the microphone up, it's also muted. It mutes around, let's see, here. On this angle it mutes, and now it's unmuted. The light is on the other side, but yeah. Microphone has two sides. I don't know why they even do this. This is something I haven't understood. Why they put the microphone on this side. It has both sides, as you can see, on this side and the other side. I don't know why. Is it to capture the surrounding sounds? For what? Why would you want to hear anything else? So I won't do this. But Razer has the same thing. And let's show the Razer microphone. If you haven't noticed, it doesn't have a microphone. Well, at least you might think so. It does have. Microphone is here. I'll try to show it as best as I can. It's in here, this tiny thing, and you pull this down like this, and it's like a radio antenna. It comes out like this, and then you just put it in here, and it clicks in place. And also it has both sides. I don't know why they do this. You can see on this side and the other side. I will get rid of this side, but I don't know. And it's a little bit, can be bent a little bit. I won't do this too much. This is what I don't like about the Razer. The microphone is very fragile. However, I absolutely love this idea how it slides back in. You just put it down and you just do this, and there it goes. This is a feature I like, but the microphone, it just feels so fragile. I don't know why. And as I said, about the comfort and these things, I'm used to this one. That's probably why I would say right now that this is more comfortable. It's like if you're having like new clothes or something else, you always feel comfortable in the old ones. So that's why I'm saying it's more comfortable, but it's not necessarily better. I mean, the Razer one, it did feel really smooth and really soft, but this is yet to be tested. But I think I will give Razer better rating in comfort in general. Also, this padding, I don't know about this. You don't really feel it on your head how it goes. This one has like a solid cushion padding in here, but this one has like these bump things which are also quite soft. But yeah, the design, I really like this stitching in here, this green stitching. It's very nice, and the Razer written on top of it in here. I really like this, and it's pretty awesome design. And also the G930, I got it from some, can't remember, I think I got it straight from the manufacturer, so it didn't come with the original packaging. Only the retail sellers put the original package around them, so I don't have that to show you. But Razer, well, unfortunately the Razer box is not here, but it's a very solid box, and you can see it on my unboxing video. I will put it in the description, which is pretty awesome box, really solid, very nicely done. So Razer, definitely unboxing, I will say it's a lot better box, because Logitech usually don't have these solid boxes. And yeah, the LEDs, it's a really nice touch too. But let's talk about controls and stuff like this. As you can see, Razer has absolutely no buttons on the headset because it's wired, and it has the control unit, which I'm going to show you in a second. But before, G930 has every control on the headset. All it has is a small base unit. I will show you these just after I finish with this. And then it has a USB dongle that connects into the base unit or into any other USB slots. But yeah, this has all the controls on the headset. As I showed, that's the surround, that's the on-off switch. You have to hold it down, not just press it. That's for the volume. There's general volume, up and down. Microphone mute, as I said, and these are whatever you want them to be. You can program these buttons through the software. I'm going to also show you that. I'll do the microphone test for you, the quality test. And that's pretty much it. It's also nice to look that this is like red and black design, and Razer is green and black design. It's pretty awesome like that, the color teams. But yeah, if I would have to give overall rating, then I think this has a better build than Razer. It's smaller, it's easier to use. I think it's also heavier, I don't know. I don't really know, I'm trying. Yeah, it's definitely, this one is heavier. And I actually saw some of the reviews, people saying that this one is heavy headset. Well, what would they say about this? That's definitely heavier. I don't have a scale to like put it on a scale, but doesn't really matter. It matters how does it feel, and this one feels heavier. And that's another problem. If I have the headset on my head, it doesn't actually sit exactly like straight like this. It sits a little bit like that because of the shape of that, as you can see. And the problem is, if you lean your head backwards, it's gonna just slide off. That's the thing I don't really like. It slides off very easily, but again, in the gaming, you don't have to lean backwards. It's just a side note that if you do lean backwards, then it tends to slide off, and you have to readjust. So that's the only problem. And another thing, if you have a microphone down, and if you're recording the sound, for example, like on this review, if I would use the headset, then after 10 minutes, it's automatically turns the microphone off. I mean, not the up, but it's just, sorry, not the microphone. It turns the whole headset off, just like you will hold this button down and turn it off. Because if it doesn't detect any sound from the speakers, it just turns itself off to save the battery. And about the battery lifetime, it holds about depending on the volume, it holds about 5 to 10 hours, maybe even more, but I haven't really tried more than that. And this one, well, a Razer Tiamat doesn't have a battery, so it doesn't have that issues. As long as you have power in your computer, you can use it. And it's time to show you the control units and how it connects to your PC. Well, this is so-called the Razer corner. The headset sits on top of other PC's monitor like that. Here I also have a Razer Onsa controller, and that's the control unit for the Razer. On the other side, that's the Logitech corner, which is a Logitech G930 headset. That's the charger cable for it. And here's a K400 keyboard mousepad. And also the webcam I'm using is Logitech G930, which also sits usually on this table. And the control unit is in here. That's the base. The base, it has 2 wires, as you can see. They just roll around it. Sorry about the dust, it's very difficult to undust that area. But yeah, that's the control unit. As you can see, it's blinking, it means it's not turned on, the headset. And this base, it goes, this USB in there, that goes under the speaker. That goes into the PC. There's a lot of wires. But that goes into the PC. It takes one USB slot, and from that slot you can connect this dongle. This thing is not stuck to the base, you can just pull it out, it's a USB. And here is the base itself, where the charger cable goes into the headset. And that's how the G930 connects, it's through the USB. And that's where the Razer Tiamat connects. That's the speaker, that's the pass-through I was talking about, which goes into the control unit. See that USB thing? That's the pass-through. And the other cable is what goes into the PC, which is yet to be seen. But few words about the control units itself. Here we have the controller tile. Just show it better. I don't need to turn it, I mean you can understand what it does. And this here, this mutes the headset, and it's on the speaker mode right now. If I press this in here, that means the headset is turned on. that's the volume. For everything else, you can adjust from here, whatever you turn it on. If you do this, see, that's the, what did I put it on? Microphone volume. That means how loud the microphone is. So you can adjust the microphone volume from here. If you're having some problems that the Razer is making weird noises in the microphone or sound, that's because you're turning it too high up. Stop turning it to maximum. It's a bad idea for everything. All the speakers, everything. You should never keep the hardware on maximum. Always keep it 80% or below and do it from wherever else you can. Anyway, this button here means if it's a stereo or a 7.1. If it's red, it means the 7.1 is turned off and it's just a stereo. That's on. And here we have a microphone mute. As I explained on Logitech, everything is on the headset, but since you're sitting on the PC when you're using this one, you have to use the control unit. So if you press this in here, it means the microphone is muted. It's very easy, and this is the headset mute. If you press that, see it says mute and the volume is muted. Press it again and it's turned on. Very easy, to be honest. I really like the speaker pass-through, the middle button, so you don't have to disconnect your wires. Also has a Razer logo on it. I know how well you can see it on top of the dial, see, like a watermark. It's actually graved into it. It's pretty nice. But yeah, that's how the headsets connect. And I could show in back of my PC how it connects, but I think I'm gonna do it with a picture because there is a mess in there. Well, I could just turn my camera in there for a second, but it's a mess. See, it's it's a complete mess in there, and you won't be able to see much, but it goes by the colors. You can see this is the analog connection. It goes by the colors. All of them are marked. Orange one is the subwoofer and middle. Black one is back surround. The green one is the front speakers, and this one is the side surround. I don't know why it looks pinkish. It's not pink, it's actually completely gray. Maybe it's just the webcam. But yeah, gray, this is the side surround. This is the front speakers. This is a subwoofer and center speaker, the orange one. And the black one is back surround. You have the same things on the back panel of the PC. That's how you will connect your speakers. As I said, these are for my speakers. That's how my speakers connect. These are my speaker cables. These ones, they go into my speakers. And this end is in here, so that's how it passes the speakers through. If I press the button, this one in here, then it means it takes the input from here and outputs them in here, which means this comes from the PC and goes out from here, goes into my speakers, so I don't have to reconnect my speakers on back of the PC if I want to use the speakers for music or something like this. So it's very easy design. I'm not going to even show a picture. That's how it works. That's the same thing on back of your PC. You just connect them by the colors and you're done. And on back of the PC you also have a microphone, which is a pink one. This pink and orange, they look quite similar sometimes, but it's quite easy. And the last thing to do, I will make a sound test with each of the headset. Right now I'm using the G930 webcam's microphone. But I'm going to make you a sound test and compare them so you can hear how each of the microphone sounds like. And I'll also show you the software, which is this one. But yeah, now I'm going to show you the software side of the stuff. Okay, at first it's the Razer Tiamat. I'm using the Razer Tiamat microphone right now, and I'm going to explain about the sound settings on this device. That's the first thing I have, is this in here, enable bass management. This is very important. If I'm using speakers, right now it's the headset, but if I'm listening to music through the speakers, it's extremely important to disable this one. Otherwise there is almost no bass coming out of the speakers. However, on the headset I must enable it, otherwise it's the other way around and there is almost no bass. I don't even know exactly what this bass management does,
As you can see, read about it. Base management enhances or redirects frequencies below crossover point to reduce loss or distortion of base signals. I honestly don't even know exactly what it means. I have a general idea, but as you can see, the speakers and headset, they act completely differently. I read some people are complaining that the Razer Tiamat has almost no bass. Well, not all of the sound cards have the bass management, but they have different settings, and I am sure that that guy just who was complaining just didn't know how to set up his headset, and that's the only problem. This is sound effects in here. We don't want to touch any of this, just leave it none. Almost all the softwares contain sound effects, don't touch them. Also room correction. This I have to enable for my headset. This is also good to keep it enabled for the speakers. But I have like different things in here. My behind speakers, they are further away and they are different type of speakers, so I have to boost them for the speakers, but for the headset you want them all to be 0. I don't think all of the sound cards even have this kind of room correction, but most should have. It's a very important thing to have. So you have to play around with your settings, otherwise you might not get the quality as good as it is. TTS, I'll turn it off. This is very bad for speakers and headset. And same with this only works with 2 channels, so that's crap. And also default format, you don't want to go any higher than this really. I don't even know that if most of the games output that high quality. And it's same with the microphone. This I enabled these. I don't know if they even do anything. Have you noticed any difference? Testing, 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 testing. I don't know if you noticed any difference, but I did it last time and I didn't really notice any difference. And same with the microphone. Where's the microphone boost? If people are saying your microphone is crappy, don't boost it over 10 decibels. If they're saying it's too quiet, just I don't know, ask them to try and boost your microphone sound through some software like TeamSpeak and stuff. They allow you to equalize the volumes for everyone. Because if you boost it higher, testing, 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 testing. I don't know if you noticed that, but the quality might have get crappier than it used to be. It's same as I explained on the hardware level. Don't boost it too high. Try to keep it below like 80%. Otherwise you might experience these weird noises in your sound. And that's pretty much it from this setup. Tiamat is a lot harder to set up because it doesn't have built-in sound card like the G930. I will test this in a second and I will switch to this microphone in a second and I'll explain about this. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this. The positional audio with this, I don't think you can call it surround. You should call it positional because it's not really a surround. It's basically like a position where the sound is coming from. You probably won't hear it, but I can clearly make the difference between this and this. That the sound is on little bit to my back left, sorry, and this one is like quite behind me. So if these two are on at the same time, which I can't do in here, I will hear something coming behind my head. It's very easy to notice the sounds. I only tested this headset in Far Cry 3 at this moment, and it was amazing. I was able to tell exactly the locations. But anyway, moving on to G930 software. Right, and this is the G930 microphone I'm using right now. And also one thing I did not mention is that on some reason this headset, it inputs the microphone input into the headset. It's not loud, it's extremely quiet, it's not a problem at all, so don't be alarmed by that. It's absolutely bearable. I mean, you can't even hear it if you're playing music or if you're in a game or on a call. But even if you turn the microphone off, even if you mute it from here, and the microphone is muted, I can still hear it. I don't know why it's doing that, and I don't know how it's possible, but it does put the microphone input into the headset. It's extremely quiet. It feels like it's a slight echo, like coming through the headset itself, the cushioning, but it's not. It's definitely from the microphone. If I do this with my finger against the microphone, I can hear it pretty loud in my headset. But again, it's not a problem, so you shouldn't be alarmed by that, and it doesn't disturb you at all. Anyway, that shows the charts. This is just an overview, and also you can click on things. For example, if I click in here, it brings you to the microphone tab automatically. These are some sound effects you can do. They're included in the software. You can buy additional ones in here. I don't really use them. But let's move on one by one. This is how you program these buttons. As you can see, I've programmed here. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, I'm looking wrong place. I'm used to the cyber keyboard thing. But anyway, this is a playback buttons what I'm using, because it's very good for music. If you wanna like walk around the house or something, you can have, like you see, next track, play, pause, and previous track. It's very comfy stuff. But you can make them do anything you want. You can have free macros on it. You can record macros. You can use them for game buttons, whatever you like. This is an equalizer. And also one thing I want to mention, that this has a built-in sound card. You don't need a sound card at all to use this headset. All you need is just a USB, and that's it. And install the gaming software and you're good to go. But Razer Tiamat, it's just the output. It doesn't have a sound card. You need a 7.1 sound card if you want to fully experience it, as I explained before. But yeah, this one is just a USB, and it has the pre-built-in sound card. Right, the microphone, it's a maximum. It's not a problem at all. Side tones, volume, blah blah blah. You don't really have to mess with these. If I would have to pick one who has the better bass, then it would be G930. Both of the headsets, they have amazing bass, and if you have high volume on the music, you can actually feel the headset bouncing on your head. I mean, literally, it has that great bass, so it's pretty cool. But these are my settings, and it's very good. I haven't had to touch them. This is the surround. If I switch it, you can see that's the stereo mode, and that's the surround. This means digital surround, Dolby Digital or something like this. This is what most of the home cinemas use. They mix the audio. So if someone is talking, they filter it out and put it in the front speakers. But if it's like ambient sound, like birds or something on the background or sea, then it comes out from the back speakers. And that's what a virtual surround really is. It just virtualizes the sound. I played DayZ with this and all the other games, and it is quite easy to detect, but it's not as good as the Razer. Razer one, the front speakers will be these ones. These will be the side surround, and these will be the back surround, and that's the center. Center is basically both of the front ones at the same time, but you can adjust the volume for this, and that's why I have the back one a little bit higher, so I can better distinguish which sound is in front of me and which sound is behind me. But with Razer, don't have this problem. And finally, it's the voice thing. Voice thing in here. Might give you a test in here.
Yeah. For example, this should sound very weird.
Or this in here. Or this.
Or a weird sound.
Anyway, you're probably laughing now, but let's move on. Settings. I'm not going to even explain about this. I'll just go through them real quick. This basically does beep beep beep. This one in here. Profiles, you can save them, load them, whatever you want to do. But yeah, this headset is easy to use. So if you're looking for something really easy to use and a good headset, then I would recommend this one. But if you're like a elite gamer and you want to experience every bit of the game, then you should definitely pick the Razer Tiamat, because you need the surround sound. But of course you need a decent sound card. I already have it. I have an Asus Crosshair 5 Formula Z motherboard, which has Supreme FX free sound card, if I'm correct, and it's extremely good. And here's also the output if you want to see visually. So that's the orange, that's the center subwoofer, that's the front speakers, that's the side speakers, and that's the microphone. Whoops, I forgot this one, which is a rear speaker out. Depends what you need it for, so I can't really recommend buy this or buy that, but for gaming I went with Tiamat 7.1. I hope this video explained everything in detail, and if you still have a question, just leave a comment and I'll try to answer best I can. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.